But what would be the motorcycle riding, or what are some of the things that you've done to sort of distract yourself from just making movies?
Well, I don't feel that need really. I don't. I mean, I do lots of other things in my life because I'm interested in them, and travel, and I'm an ambassador with UNICEF. I work with them, and that. But it certainly doesn't come from a place of needing to escape from the film world, because I spent my whole life wanting to get into the film world. I'm very happy in there. I really like it. I really enjoy my work, and I don't feel the need to kind of get away from it. Or it's quite simple and it's quite straightforward in my mind what I do. I've got a job and I do it to the best of my ability, and I understand. I've come to sort of understand the trappings of it and what they mean, and the press, and it's part of the job. It's another part. It's another side of the business, and so it doesn't. So you can let it not reflect too much on you. Also, I don't read very much of it, to be honest. So,
but the motorcycle
motorcycling stuff I just do because I've always loved it. I've always loved riding bikes, and I've always been. I read an amazing book many years ago by Ted Simon called Jupiter's Travels, about his round the world experience on a bike in 1972. He's an interesting man. I've got to know Ted, and he's a nice man. And his book inspired me to want to do something similar. So, and then that led to me my working with UNICEF, and so it's been a very important part of my life, that travel by motorcycle.
But it also enriches you. It also gives you more experiences.
Yeah.
It puts you in danger. It puts you in all sorts of...
you meet real people.
Yeah.
And you meet people in the middle of... And I think the thing about success or being a recognised actor is that you can allow it to sort of isolate you in a way, because... And I've tried always not to let it do that. So I'd sort of knock about my life doing what I would normally do anyway. And I don't want to be isolated from people in the real world, because that's who I'm going to play in my work, and I don't want to let my roles be versions of other movie roles. I want them to be versions of real people in the real world.
So is there more motorcycle riding in your future?
Well, I ride all the time. I mean, I use a motorbike just to get from A to B. That's if I've not taken one of my kids somewhere. I've even got a sidecar for my dog, so I can ride my bike with him as well. But So I use a bike every day. I haven't got any plans to do another long trip at the moment. Not a televised one like Long Way Round.
I really enjoyed that.
No, that's nice. People did like them, yeah, I know.
So this was a movie where you were able to be a parent. Is it really the first time that you've played a parent?
Well, I haven't thought about... I can't remember a film where I've explored being a parent. I have had kids I had kids, for instance, in Nanny McPhee 2.
Indeed.
My 2 minutes on screen time there. But that wasn't a huge exploration of parenthood. And so this really, I think, is the first time, although I've been a father for 16 years, it's the first time that I'm exploring that.
You have 4 kids?
4 girls, yeah. That side of life, and that unique bond and relationship that we have, and love that we have for our kids. And albeit in this extreme situation.
So we were talking last night about some of the techniques that Bayona is using here, and it's an interesting approach, because it is a horror film in a way. It's a survival story with extremely intense elements that put you on the edge of your seat. And I wondered if you felt that the movie manipulates in a certain way, in a good way, or not.
I feel like he uses at the end. There's a melodramaticness about the meeting of the family at the end, about the last sequence in the airplane when they're leaving, and in a way, it's exactly as the family remember it being. It would be difficult to make it. I mean, you were talking last night about when they're missing each other in the hospital. But that's the case. I mean, that's what happened when they were there. I know